Alright guys, so I will continue to work on the terminal today to introduce a bit more features. So as an ML engineer or just software engineer, you can have terminology such as shell, terminal console, and CLI. Those are the basic terminologies. Um, and then there's Linux file system that I introduced previously. So if you remember, there's cd, pwd, ls to list the files, such commands, and creating and moving files. So I can introduce from here. So let's say and demo cd demo. So the creating file is the same as last time, the nano file 1, and this is file 1. Control O and Control X and exit. Now you can move to the file with MB. So MB file 1. For example, I will make directly demo 2. So now you have demo 2 file 1. I can do move file 1 to demo 2, and that's your inside a folder location. So this is nested matrix structures. And of course you can copy and rename the file. So now you have file 1. So you can do copy file 1 to file 2, and you can do cat file 2, and this is still side of file 1 because this is just exact copy that I made. You can of course do change the name. We can do with a move, so file 2 to file 3, and now you have file 3 instead of the file 2. So MB is usually moving the location, but it can also in place renaming of the file. Next thing is I will introduce absolute path and relative path. So the absolute path is basically where you get from the your user, blah blah blah. So those are all the names, and then the relative path is depends on where you are. So if it's can't working directly, so you're demo 2, then from here, let's say file 1 is in the this directly, so that the path is relative symbol, that's just one file name. You can do less the file 1, or you can also do head file 1 to see tail head 1. So those are just to see tail file 1 and to see the files. And you can do the handling the mark file probably introduced last time. I can make nano readme.md file and say this special markdown file. So readme, this is a readme file for the project. Ctrl O, Ctrl X. Now we can do, instead of the cat, you can do but, for example, readme.md, and this is render output. You can also do glow readme.md. This is also render output, so something different from the basic output. Now you can also do gleb to make a file, so that the catch file, let's say I do cat file 1 and I want to find, so this is by the way what's called piping, so you can concatenate the two command, and let's say file 1, then it highlight where the file 1, which is the exact text matching in this regex sort of syntax. You can also file 1, so FT file. Yeah, this is not user, so I'm just gonna skip it. Grab. You can also do the file 1. Okay, I do not have it, so I'm just gonna skip it. And then yes, of course, the piping the output. So let's say cat file 1, and then you can make it, let's say output.txt. and this create a new file which is called output.txt, and you have exact output that is created from the file one. You can do also the combining pipelines, so output.txt. Now let's say this is a test, so as you saw it, let's say you can do low output.txt. So this is first get concatenate output, pass it to the next syntax, and then finally show the result here. Yes, and there are also the variables. There's also permission, like change mode, process, pretty popular. You can check ls.la to see your file permissions. So this is write permission, read permission, things like that. So most of the thing, you can check the permission and change the permission of the file to execute. Let's say that bash script, you have to probably change mode, process, stuff like that. And of course the process management top or htop, this is what I showed last time, and there is disk and zip management, and also the URL, so curl https google.com, and you get a so this is a new domain that Google uses right now, so you can do this and then receive the output. So probably this is HTML file. I don't know if I can do that. Like this. Well, yeah, it's probably the same. Yeah, and that's pretty much of it. There's also a lot more comment, but these are the basics, and more you get familiar, you will start running how to use all of those things